Welcome back. We're back again. See if we can get this knocked out before I lose focus. And where are we at? Intelligent enemy BP. Let's it looks like we are setting our distance in this one, and calling the shoot function, which we just set up here. So without any further ado, let's get it going. Drag off. Let me organize this so I can see exactly what's going on over here. I don't know why that was over there. And this one is the other function that we need to go over in this tutorial. Alright. Without any more ado, let's get it on. So the first thing we need to do is set distance. Drag out your distance, set, plug it in, and we're going to do drag out your default scene route, and get world location. So it's identifying where itself is at. Split struct pin. And it looks like next we're going to get player character and duplicate the get world location. Control D for duplicate. Plug it in. That's different. And 5.5. I hope this works. And then we want to subtract the okay, so then we'll set distance, and if it is, we'll need a condition, so branch. And our condition is going to be less than or equal for a condition, and if that condition is met, then we want to call intelligent enemy shoot. And that does it for that one. Compile, save, and this... I'm gonna get that out of the way right quick. I'm so sorry for not going into more detail on this. Set actor. Next, we're going to set actor rotation. And we will need to split this struct pin so we can work with floats. New rotation. Find, look. We're working the wrong way over here. So next we want to get player character. Get actor location. And one more, get actor location. This one is getting the location from this intelligent enemy itself, and this one is getting the location to the player character. And it looks like next we do find, look at rotation, which means it would be closing the gap between the two, and I guess we could have just plugged it in, but again we're going to split the struct pin, and on Z, just plug in Z. Yeah. Compile, save. And what else do we have? We've got 2 more pins to deal with. Get that out of the way. Get that out of the way. And the next 2... so we did this one. Now we're going to need 2 branches. Hold down B, left click, B, left click. And then pull out your distance, get distance, Control D for duplicate, and then we need and range floats. So I guess this is telling it if it's within this range, then it's going to... You know what? I don't really know. So I'm not going to try and teach you the wrong way, because that's the worst thing to do. So in range float, Control D for duplicate, and also plug this one into value, and these will be our conditions. And the min value is going to be -300. And on the bottom, the max value is going to just be 300. And in theory, we should be able to just start plugging these into the sequence. And I don't know why there's a delay or do once here, but we're going to add it anyways. I'm sure you'll probably be playing around with this after these tutorials, because it's amazing. And off of faults, we want a do once. Off of this faults, we want that same do once. And I don't understand why this is here once again, but delay. The delay is going to be 10 seconds, and then we want a sequence right after it. One more pen, and even that up a bit. This must be leftover animation stuff that I was playing with at one point. Let's see if it works without that. I think this is what's glitching out. Compile, save. What's going on there? Why is she just vanishing? Alrighty guys, I think I've got it figured out. If you're having the same problem, which I'm pretty sure you will, it's because I have taught you to plug all these pins in the wrong way. There's a certain order in which they need to be done. So, off of pin 0, the very first thing we're going to get is set actor rotation. That's the very first thing that we want. And then the other one is calling for our intelligent enemy shoot. So next, we want to pull off of this pin. This one's going to tell us, hey, if our enemy's in range, then we need to shoot. The next things we're going to do is set all of our locations, just like this. And then after that, on 5 and 6, it looks like we're going to set our final and range floats. So if yours is set up like mine, it's going to be right there. And just to clarify, that's going for our third in range. And 7, 7 and 8 go to our first and range functions. And the last two go to this wild function that we were building on, that I don't really know what it does. You guys can toy around with it if you want. I personally just want this over with. Compile, save, and that should fix well, it's kinda fixed. She's not chasing after us though, which is not okay. Let's see if the AI on this one chases after us. does, so there's something still cattywampus about it. Give me a moment and I will figure it out. Alrighty guys, we're about to wrap up this tutorial. Here is what the problem is with our AI. First, this is 200. That's at the wrong spot. This is going to be 0. And instead of -3, it's just going to be 3. And I'm sorry, I did it wrong again. And range float -200. So true. Subtract 3. 3.0, and that is our final in range. That's now we know that this one, let's go ahead and label it. Create comment. In range chase. And that's the third one all the way over. So now compile, save, play. And now she chases you. So let's go ahead and this one must be so that you can't run right past her. But either way, if you're having the same problem, that's what we screwed up. Is we got all of our pens out of order. That's why she was vanishing, and then she was not chasing us because of our third and range float. This needed instead of max -200, it needs to be minimum -200, and instead of -3 on the subtract, just put 3. Compile and save. And since we have a couple minutes left, let's bump this up to 400 and see if she chases. Play. Yeah, so alright, well you guys can play with it. That is that's the main AI. And in the next one we're gonna duplicate this, and then we're gonna add a couple animations to our evil character. And I hope, sorry for the foul ups, I don't remember how most of that even went, but it looks like we've just got a little bit left to do, and I will add a optional loot system for you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.